Hello and welcome to Dealing with the Father Wound, a timeless reading. Now, I was just really called to give this, and like the previous reading I did on narcissist, this is not sort of the standard how to heal with the father wound A to Z and sort of ways to deal with it. I'm going to do it like a reading, like an oracle reading. So it's not like the average normal reading, but this is the way I'm being called to do this. So just to start with, the father wound. Father wound is often when we have not had when either the father in our life is neglectful, abusive, and we feel that we have not had love and recognition from the father figure in our life, and then that often manifests as people pleasing or striving too hard and disowning our own needs, or being overly submissive, right? Or let's say really trying hard to get a high end, be very successful in your career, but then neglecting your own emotional needs. Or the symptoms can be manifold, and they're often very logical and make sense. If we don't have recognition from a father, then we're going to try and get that recognition in the world, right? And masculine energy is often about action and protection, so we may be overly active, overly protective of ourselves, or not active enough or not protective enough, right? It can show up in many different ways in our lives. So that's just a simple overview. But now we'll begin the reading. The very card jumping out at me first is follow the stream, dedication, trust, future rivers and oceans. Yeah, what I feel is that whatever place you are at now in your life with acknowledging that perhaps you do have a father wound and it's led to whatever scenarios it may have led to in your life. This is very much talking about, the future, the possibilities, everything that is there for you is so incredible and magnificent, right? So trust the process, dedicate yourself to your own healing, and believe in how much magic can come. The feeling I'm getting is, that you might feel like I don't have time or energy or money or something like this to really focus and dedicate on my healing. But just do it in the best way that you can with dedication. That might be doing some form of counseling or journaling or therapy. One night a week, it might be nurturing yourself every day and learning to pamper yourself. It may be opening your heart and crying, in when you've never found it easy to cry, because you were always trying to be strong. There's many different ways, and you're just being asked to really trust the process of dedication to your own healing, right? And the card coming out to be next is Golden Topaz, and the message is, I step forward with joy and enthusiasm. I see my path shining brightly before me. Yeah, I feel there's a real sort of like, things are going to be great for you, and just know that, right? Visualize life purpose, amplify joy and bliss, improve ability to speak up, cultivate, ease, process all that is happening around and within. It's interesting that it says improve the ability to speak up, and that is what often happens, is we sometimes sort of shut down our voices because either we were not listened to by a father, or we were scared. Maybe if we did speak up, we would get shouted at or abused and shut down in some kind of way. So, this is really calling out for that, speaking up, and trust yourself. If at first it's easier to say what you want to say to yourself, imagining the person is in front of you, do it that way. The the main thing is to slowly keep going in the direction of full, complete healing, right? King Tide is very fatherly, isn't he? Plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. This is the thing. I feel it's so, these healing processes are so important for us to truly live and enjoy life to the fullest, right? So any opportunity we can, when we know that we do have stuff going on that is maybe reflecting in our relationships or in our career or wherever that may be happening, and really focusing on that so that you are able to fully heal yourself. And the next card, to see which card is calling out to me next, this one. And this, I stay focused on the task at hand and accomplish my goals with creativity and determination. Stop procrastinating, increase self-motivation, maintain focus, determination, and success. Stay grounded and focused, walk the path to creative success. So, yeah, I mean, I feel that, sometimes we don't want to look at these things, and you sort of feel, you might have an idea about yourself that, sometimes we procrastinate because someone else, like a father, has made us feel we're lazy or we don't get anything done. And then that mindset and belief system leads us to procrastinate and not get things done. So just really have a look at these things and release what's not serving you, whether they're mindsets, behaviors, and really focus at the healing that is at hand. And the next card is this one. The sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. Yeah, I mean, you see here, she's flowing and she clearly feels free, but she also looks safe and protected. And sometimes when we're healing a father wound, we may not feel protected, right? We may not feel that we can flow and be central, because we might feel that nobody will look after us and protect us if we are that way. So getting that balance between our inner masculine, which protects and acts, and our feminine, which is sensual and flowing, is very important, right? And look how happy she looks. And the next card showing up is the Amethyst. I pay attention to my intuition and dreams. I easily interpret their messages. Yeah, I mean, so much can come. Develop intuition, use your psychic gifts, increase dream recall and the interpretation of symbols in all areas of life, transmute and transmit negativity. Yeah, I mean, often, that we may shut down our psychic gifts because we haven't really been taught to trust them, right? Or act on them, right? So, when healing the father wound, if you have been called to this reading, psychic gifts and dreams and these abilities are so powerful and helpful in healing these types of things, right? So really do give some extra attention to what your psychic abilities, your intuition, your angels, spirit guides may be telling you, right, in order to heal this process. And I keep feeling journaling for you may be good to just sort of get it out, because we don't need to feel guilty towards our father, right? It's like if we're healing our father wound, it's not about putting blame on anybody, like, I'm this way because you were bad this way or anything like that. It's just about healing, right? It's just about healing. It's not about putting blame anywhere. And we have gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. Yeah, for me at the moment, I feel that you're just in the process of uncovering that you may need some deep healing, right? And there's just trust the process. Don't rush the process. Just let it be, go with the flow, and each time enjoy life in more fullness through doing that. Blessings.